Oh,
Hi. So, hello everybody. Welcome to Time with Gramps, and tonight's special guest, all the way from the US of A. I don't know whereabouts. Welcome to Time with Gramps. Oh, I didn't turn my sound off. Tonight's special guest is Pet Monster, the creator of Create Not Hate. So, Pet Monster, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Well, yes, I could. And thank you.
So, Pet Monster, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? You've got feedback, Pet Monster. You've got to turn down the YouTube sound. Turn off the YouTube sound.
Hey, there went the YouTube sound. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay, yeah, but you're very faint. We could do with you being nearer the microphone or the sound turned up a little bit.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah.
Okay, great.
So could you tell us a little bit about yourself then, please?
Yes, I could. Would you like me to do that?
Yeah, because I've watched all your videos today and yesterday, and
Wow.
I haven't learnt anything about you at all.
You haven't learned anything about me at all. I don't know. How many videos did you watch?
I've watched all your videos, all your cover songs, all your other things, but
Like 300 of them, man. Your brain must be bleeding by now. I'm impressed. That's a lot of watching.
yeah, but because I don't know whose live streams you've been in, that's where I've missed out because that's where I could have learned a little bit about yourself. But you've never done a question and answer.
No, I'm a bit elusive.
Yeah. So whereabouts in the States do you live?
I'm not in the United States. I'm American, but I live in Canada.
In Canada, yeah. Whereabouts in Canada then?
Well, somewhere in Canada.
Somewhere in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, very mysterious this Pet Monster is. So, could you tell us the reason behind you creating Create Not Hate then?
Oh my, that's quite the question. Well, the reason that I created Create Not Hate was because there was too much hate, obviously, and we just couldn't have that. But the one of the stories behind it is that you know what, we just saw my wife Monster Chick. Say hi, Monster Chick.
Yeah.
Monster Chick. And my wife Monster Chick and I had experienced some hate, and we had collaborated with some very large YouTubers, over 100,000 subscribers, and just had experienced a lot of hate. And we had seen a lot of folks, kids especially, that were experiencing hate and not being able to deal with it appropriately. And they just needed some assistance and somebody to stand up and say, hey, this is wrong. And we're really here to create. We're not here to hate each other. We're not here to cause drama and all that stuff. That's not why we're here. We're not saying that's not why someone else isn't here. I mean, that might be why someone else is here, is to hate on each other. But that's not why we're here, just to create, not to hate, and have a good time. And it's went very, very well. It's been very successful. And it's not because of me. It's not because of us. It's because the community has really embraced it. We've had hundreds of people in cooperation now at this point, and promoting it and just embracing it in their daily life. So Create Not Hate is turned from a little hashtag into a way of life, into changing people's lives. And I mean, we've even had feedback that it saved people's life on the verge of suicide, on all kinds of crazy things that has touched real people in their lives. This last Friday, we've taken it to a new level and a new angle, and we've helped our friend Valerie Reese, and you were involved, which thank you again for that. And we had a number of live streams that we were involved with that went about, 13, 14 hours. It was very impressive. A number of channels joined in with us and just promoted this situation and just let everybody know about it. That this gal goes around and she gives out toys to needy kids at Christmas time, gives out hats and gloves and things like that to homeless people. And, again, this touches real people just from us playing around on our computer. So that's pretty impressive, man, that we reach out to folks across the planet and there are no boundaries, there are no customs, there are no borders. This is just about breaking down any kind of wall, any kind of boundary out there, and reaching out to your brother or any mother and just giving them a hand, and being friendly and being nice people instead of the alternative is don't be a dick, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So again, thanks for having me on, and giving me that opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself. Pet Monster, Grade 98.
Yeah, well, this is why I'm doing this, to get to know you as a person a little bit more. So if you don't want to answer any of the questions, I can understand that. So question 3 is, how tall are you?
I'm very, very large. Nobody's ever asked me that on YouTube, but I'm extremely large. I'm many, many feet tall.
Yeah, because I understand why you don't want to reveal your identity on camera, and I respect that. Because as I watch one of your videos, a bit like Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment. The other thing is honestly, there's a little bit of nobility behind that, because we just really don't want to show our face or get any kind of props for the things that we do. It's all the cooler when you don't know who's doing it, eh? And there's many times in life where, Santa's little helper just comes along and helps you, and that's cool shit. And I am a monster, sir. I am a monster. I curse like a sailor, and I love my wife in ways that no one knows. And you got to tell me, man, I'm the man that's the monster all in one. But the thing is I have a heart of gold, right? And I just want to share that with the community and just really embrace everybody. So just because, we're just about creating. And I mean, shit, man, we again, I apologize about cursing on your channel, but it's just who I am, right? You ask me who I am. I'm a monster, but I'm also a pet of a monster. I'm not angry. It's no direct reference to the doll back in the 80s. It's just simply that I'm an animal that's not wild.
Oh, Martin76 says, what is the ultimate goal on YouTube?
My ultimate goal on YouTube is for PewDiePie to shout out #CreateNotHate and all the stuff that's going on over at Pet Monster. That's my goal.
That's a good goal. Let's
have pretty cool.
All help to build that.
I've always said that, man. I tell you what, I'll do a face review if PewDiePie himself will take us in and do a shout out for us. I'll face reveal my ass off right there.
Oh no, I like you as you are, Pet Monster. I like the mystery about you. I mean, you've got this great following. I mean, I've interviewed Granny Monster. I want to line up all the Monster family.
Oh, that's fantastic. Actually, we're the very first one, and we brought Granny in, and she has been with us almost since the start. She has been a huge, huge part of Create Not Hate. And without her, I don't even know that it would be where it is. I mean, she's just been phenomenal. The same thing, Monster Chick, my beautiful wife. She's a huge, huge part of Create Not Hate, and she's often very, very silent in the situation. But man, she's huge in what goes on in the back of the scenes, right? So definitely got to give her props. And then of course there's dozen or more than a dozen monsters out there. There's a ton of that we've been involved with. And some of them, their names aren't monster, but they still are monsters, right? Jidlid comes to mind, of course, and there's a ton of folks that hang with us. But I don't want to just make this about me by any means, because again, Pet Monster, Create Not Hate, and all that stuff is about a hell of a lot of people. Yeah,
it's about the community, definitely, Dave.
Yeah, that's a really good. I love how you coined the phrase. It's really Pet Monster. It belongs to the community, not me.
Yeah. So, have you got any tattoos? With being a monster, I look at who I interviewed the other week. I forget now. I tell you what, my memory's going. She's got a load of tattoos. So I thought I'll ask him if he's got tattoos.
I am loaded right up. Thanks for. I have 3 tattoos: my left arm, my right arm, and my back. I'm sure I have so many. I don't know how many, but I have sleeves on my arms and my back, and I love them very much. And my wife won't allow me to have one more. Well, maybe one.
Won't you?
Just one more. But that's it. A tiny one, she said.
Mini one.
What was that,
A
Monster
mini
Chick?
create, not hate.
A mini create, not hate tattoo. I can get that, but that's it.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good. Now, you'll have to put that on.
Yeah, that's kind of, I should have that, shouldn't I? That's
Yeah. But you'll have to put a picture on YouTube of that wherever it's going to go.
If I get the create, not hate tattoo, I'll put it on YouTube. I promise. I give
Yeah.
you my word.
I've got a promise out of Pet Monster. That is good. Good evening, Monster Chick. Nice to hear you in the background. So, the next question, because I don't know anything about you, is how old are you, Pet Monster?
1,000 years old. I just had my 1,000th birthday. It was quite something. It was a celebration on YouTube. And the year before was even more spectacular. $9.99, right? So,
Yeah.
like, holy cow, we had the 12 days of Pet Monster. I love that you asked this because it was hilarious. We had literally the 12 days of Pet Monster. And every day, people sent in Pet Monster birthday videos. And, like, I had so many, dude. It was fantastic. It was just fantastic. And I would have 5 to 10 a day of videos about Pet Monster happy birthday. And we had the wildest time. We had the best turnout and just the craziest content, just the wildest stuff. People had monsters and they did stuff themselves. And it was fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, really pleasing. Barry says, Bob from the Bog says, you don't look a day over 500, Pet Monster.
Barry's my rock star hero, man. He just did a Metallica cover song, and I was deep in the whiskey jar with Barry. So he's the man. Thank you for doing that, man. I did a Metallica little cover myself, like the very next week or a few days after, because I didn't want to do one until Barry did it. I just needed to hear Barry do some Metallica. That was cool.
Yeah. So we've got 23 in here, which is very good for my.
Well, congratulations. That's cool. 23 people are hanging out with us, man.
Yeah, it is.
We have the eagle's eye view.
Yeah. So if anybody's got any questions, Pet Monster, because I've only got 20 written down here. So because you won't tell us you're 1,000 years old. So what zodiac sign was you born under?
Cancer.
I missed that.
Cancer.
Cancer.
Like the disease.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's not very cheery, but it's the truth. Yeah. That's like the worst sign to have, is it not? Like, who has that? What's your sign? Leukemia. Like, that's not cool, man.
No,
like,
it isn't, is it?
What's your sign? Cancer. Who the hell says that shit? How can I pick up anybody in the bar? Thank God Monster Chick didn't ask me that. What's your sign? Monster. Cancer. What's your sign? Leukemia. Like, that's not going to work. That's not romantic, man.
Yeah. AKA Ally says, do you have any pets?
Do I have any pets? Who said that? That made me laugh.
AKA Ally.
AKA. I love AKAs.
Stay tuned. We'll do a video of our pets soon.
Stay tuned, Monster Chick says. We will do a pets video of our pets that we have very, very soon.
Oh, that'll be interesting. We won't see Monster Chicken. We won't see Pet Monster, but we'll see the pets.
We will see the pets. And this is monumental for me because today I've committed to, if I get a create not hate tattoo, that's one thing. But now I'm going to show it on the video. So this is monumental. And Monster Chick is dedicated to showing our pets. So this is cool. What else do we have?
Mark Clay says, question for Pet Monster. Why, you gosh damn awesome.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm blushing right now. I'm turning a little darker green than normally I am.
Martin says, does he wrestle does he wrestle elk for fun?
Do I wrestle elk for fun? No, they're not enough of a challenge, man. I like to get 2 or 3 polar bears at a time. That's the idea. 2 or 3 at least, and then it makes it a good, fair round, right? And then it's fun.
Random says, what's your favorite cartoon?
Favorite cartoon? There was this, there's a lot of cool ones. Ren and Stimpy comes to mind. That's a very cool one. But there's this one, this jailhouse one or something. It was jail. I don't remember, but it was like everything was on acid the whole time. It was like the Beatles made the thing. It was fantastic. I don't remember. But yeah. There's been a lot of cool cartoons. What's your favorite cartoon,
Top
Mr.
Cat.
Eagle?
Yeah, Roadrunner.
Roadrunner. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Who doesn't love Bugs Bunny, man?
Yeah, you've got Bugs Bunny as well. Yeah, I like any of Disney, really. Yeah.
I think that's Warner Brothers.
Yeah. I know, but I can like that one.
Disney as well. Yeah, Disney's cool. You know what they say though? They say Disney is the head of the Illuminati. I've heard that. I saw that on YouTube.
So
I did.
Naturally, going in from that, then, have you ever been to Disney, then, Pet Monster?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me if I was in the Illuminati. I'm glad. Whew, that was a close one.
Well, you can. Was you in that? Yeah.
No, we'll move on. So, the Walt Disney. Yes, I have been to both American Walt Disney facilities.
Yeah.
Went to them.
Yeah, and
The one in I favor the one in Orlando. I like Epcot Center. It's very cool.
Yeah, and have you ever travelled then?
Very, very much.
Oh, so where have you been?
All of North America.
Yeah,
all of it.
And have you been to the UK or Europe?
No, but Monster Chick has.
Monster Chick, and where's Monster
Yes.
Chick from you then?
Monster Chick's from Canada, but Monster Chick's been like everywhere in the world, except for Egypt. We want to go to Egypt. Well, I don't know about now, but the pyramids look really cool. But maybe not right now. Would be bad.
Yeah, that's a place I would like to go to next. I fancy a 7-day river cruise and then 2 or 3 nights up in Cairo.
Well, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. How much would something like that cost? Like $10,000, huh?
In the UK, I can get a 7-day cruise in March, April, and 3 nights in Cairo for about £1,100, which is about $1,400.
Yeah, that's a lot of dineros.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money, man. Yeah. But hey, wouldn't it be worth it? You'd remember it the rest of your life, right?
Yeah. But I'm getting on a bit now. I'm in the twilight of my life. So, I've done most of the states. I've done about 25 states. I've been to China. I've done all of Europe, Ireland. So Egypt and Israel are the 2 places that I would like to go to.
Oh, it's ironic that you say Israel today. Is it not? Today is very ironic with the capital and the Tel Aviv and all of this stuff going on. I agree. I think it would be so beautiful to see. I think that North Korea would be beautiful to see if you were invisible.
Yeah.
Right? Like nobody can see you. You're totally 1,000% safe. But with the politics and the way the world is, who knows how safe those locations would be? But as for the locations themselves, they're gorgeous, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would recommend anybody on the face of the earth to see the face of the earth because, as you say, long in the tooth or short, either way, today is the day to travel. I get it, man. I mean, you got to travel. I lived in one spot for a hell of a long time in a huge metropolis area, and Monster Chick came along and said, let's go see the planet. And I said, wow, that's really cool. Let's do it. And the next thing you know, man, my eyes were just really open, different countries, different customs, different lifestyles. And the world is a big, beautiful place. Don't believe your ears. Don't believe your eyes, what you see on this screen. Go get off your ass and go see some of it because I tell you, I mean, it's worth seeing.
Yeah, it really is. But it's the people that make the planet, isn't it? Especially in our community that you've created and that we've joined here on YouTube, that we've made, or I and Chris and many others on our community have made some great friends. Thanks to you and thanks to others.
Absolutely. I would agree. I mean, this is a hell of a community. It's an amazing bunch of folks. And you're right. I mean, the people are what make the planet. Eh? And that's why it's beautiful. And I agree. I agree. I think that's just that's the coolest thing about YouTube is the community and the people.
Martin says, do you watch the Trailer Park Guys? And if so, who was your favourite?
Do you watch the Trailer Park Boys Monster Chick? What do you think of the Trailer Park Boys Monster Chick?
Oh, they're just so Canadian.
They're so Canadian, eh?
Yes, they are.
They're so Canadian, eh? You know? The thing is there's a lot of myths about Canadians. And I'm sorry, Monster Chick?
Yeah, there's lots of myths about
There's she was saying the same thing I was. There's lots of myths about Canadians. And we have houses. We don't live in igloos. There's a few igloos, but not many. And we don't sit around drinking beer all day saying, hey, we don't. We do that at night.
I've been to Toronto, and I've been to Vancouver. I've been to Banff, Calgary, and all around that area. And
okay, I have to ask, why in the world did you go to Banff?
Because it's beautiful.
Lake Louise area. I went in. When did I go? November. I've been twice. May time, and I went to Lake Louise in May, and it was still frozen. But
I hear it's very beautiful there. I've never been there, but I hear it's very tiny.
Yeah,
is that true?
Yeah, it is. But the hotel there is fantastic. We stopped there for a night, and it was absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I think Canada's a wonderful country. I would love to have done cross, from the East Coast to the West Coast on the railway. I think that would be a fantastic journey.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be a cool journey too.
But because the insurance is a bit more now, I can't afford to go places like that anymore.
I know, right? It's crazy expensive out there.
Yeah, it is. So let's see. So what was the main reason then, Pet Monster, for starting your channel? Because you've only been on about 2 years on YouTube, looking back.
So why did I start?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I started to create. I started to get some creative motivation out of me. I had a lot of vision with video and audio and combining them. And I really like to edit, right? So I thought, whoa, what a cool thing to do. And since I was a wee knee-high to a grasshopper, I was a little tiny monster at one point in my life, and many years ago. And even then, I was taken when it was unheard of, when they had like Betamax video players and VHS tapes and reel-to-reel, and way back in the day when they first had video, I was taking it and splicing it as a kid, and like making my own music videos before MTV music videos. So when YouTube came out and I saw that I could do this, but without film and with a computer and even have better technology, then I thought, what the heck? And then on top of it, other people would see it and you meet other people. So that's how cool is that, right? And you know what else? I don't monetize. I don't do this for money at all. No. Like some of the videos that I do, we have this series called Time Pendant. One of the videos might take 50, 60 hours. I don't get paid a penny, man. It's just for love, right? And we have full-time careers and jobs and lives and full-time things, right? But, just to be part of that community, just to give somebody a smile and a laugh for 10 minutes, it's worth those 50 hours. It really is. And then you look back at it time and time again, and you see yourself, right? That, hey, this is cool. And you just relive it. So it's like a visual, like a virtual photo album of your life, right? And, that's what all of our channels are. We can look back a year or 6 months or whatever and say, wow, I've really grown, or I've changed, or I've whatever. That's a cool measuring tool as well for YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Agree on that. I've been in video since 1988. I had my own video filming business and everything like that. And I started in the day when it was 2 old VHS recorders, reel to reel, jog shuttle dialing, doing your graphics separately and everything like that. So I wish I had computers around then, because I could have done a lot more, you know. And I've done weddings in Westminster Abbey. I've done a wedding in on a ranch 20 miles outside of Vegas. HMS Belfast. You know, I've travelled quite substantially doing wedding videos for people all over Europe.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah, yeah. But now, because you know, I look at things now, and I think looking back, I just wish we had the technology when I was younger. Because the one thing I regret not being able to do is interview people like the war veterans, you know, who went through the First World War and the Second World War, to get people's life stories on YouTube, because that is one thing that I've always wanted to do. And I was talking to Harry Fessler, and he had a suggestion that he was going to get a vet, and I was going to see if I could get a vet and do a live stream with the two vets. But the problem is our vets are 80, 90-year-old. And, you know, a lot of them haven't got the faculties there in the minds to do things like that.
Granny Monster's got a question for you. When is the next CNH volume scheduled?
Create Not Hate volume. When is it scheduled? The next one?
It's not scheduled. It's not scheduled. I guess what Monster Chick has something.
Yeah, when Granny gives us directions.
We're just waiting for Granny. Monster Chick's putting it on her, right? But I don't know, man. We haven't had one for a bit, so I guess one will be coming up soon.
Did that answer it, Granny?
There's that delay.
What editing software do you use for?
Oh my God, dude! I use probably about 10.
Yeah.
Like I use so many, and what I do is I combine them. So say you'll edit a piece of footage, and then you put it in another editor and edit it another way, right? And put another maybe another filter on it, and that's what I would suggest to anybody that's especially that's starting out, that kind of thing. Get familiar with one editor at a time.
Yeah.
But then at that point, don't be satisfied with one. I keep hearing all the time that a lot of people use one exclusively. Dude, if you take your footage and you put it through an editor, and then you put it through another one that has different filters, you'll get new things you didn't even know existed, right? So that's what I do a lot. I just create.
Surprise yourself.
Yeah, I surprise myself, Monster Chick says.
Jeanette Pickery says, what has Pet Monster or Monster Chick asked Santa for?
That's a
What
good
did we
one.
what? Well, that's a good one. What did we ask Santa for, Monster Chick?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Just
She's grinning ear to ear.
Peace and rock and roll.
Love, peace. Monster Chick says, what was that, Monster Chick?
Love, peace, and rock and roll.
Love, peace, and rock and roll. That's what Monster Chick wants for Christmas. I want something with a bit higher of a price tag, like, a new Corvette or something would be really cool. That was nobility. Give me the vet. Yeah. Or a BMW would be fine. Like a Z4. That would be sweet.
So what car have you got now then, Pet Monster?
What car? We have the Monster Mobile.
Yeah.
We have the Monster Mobile, and it's a nice car. No, it's not a sedan. It's I don't know what it is.
It's a hunt vehicle.
It's a Monster Chick says it's a hunting vehicle. I don't know what we're hunting for, but it's a hunting vehicle. If we decide to hunt, we have a vehicle for it. It is all-wheel drive. We have an all-wheel drive vehicle. Yeah.
It's the Monster Mobile, Barry said.
You know another thing that's bizarre, asking me my vehicle in Canada, we have to have snow tires. Like it's the law some places. Yeah, and engine heaters or our stuff breaks. It's not like the States. I sometimes miss the States for those reasons.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So what memories then have you got of your childhood then?
What?
Because you're 1,000 years old, you know, I'm just thinking, you know, can you go back those 1,000 years and tell us what the Earth was like in those days?
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, we sure the hell didn't have video games. That kind of, there was no Call of Duty then. It was like real thing, man. Like, and there were no guns. It was like you put your gun, right? So you get a stick and a knife, and that's what you get. It's sharp. Make it sharp and throw it. That's not very much fun. So now it's a lot more fun with Call of Duty, World at War, and things like that, right? And, no, not I always say World at War. It's World War II. Call of Duty, the new one. I like that one.
Yeah.
And we played Battlefield 1. We like that.
Credit Monster says, what's the favourite food to cook?
What's my favorite food to cook?
Yeah.
Whatever Monster Chick likes steak, so I cook steaks on the grill a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We just get and if I go to the restaurant, I like a New York strip with some onion rings and maybe a potato and a screwdriver. A screwdriver makes it all okay again. That's good. That makes it good.
Jeanette Pickering says, does Pet Monster prefer USA or Canada?
Oh, Canada. I would say Canada. Because I love America, okay? I have a red, white, and blue heart. I'm never going to not. But I prefer Canada because I live here and my Monster Chick is from here. So this is why.
Martin76 says, will there be a new series of Time Pendant and who will star in it?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. And yes, there is an upcoming Time Pendant. It is quite time consuming, as we just discussed. And I'm very excited. Time Pendant was quite the hit. For me, a hit, quote unquote, would be, 300-400 views on a video, right? And I was getting that per video. Very, very pleased. The reception to those videos were outstanding, and I had so much fun. It was a blast, man. So, yeah, we need to get back in there, and there'll be a couple more Time Pendants peeking around the corner, probably in the new year.
Foundation Ariel says, how were the ladies looking 1,000 years ago?
Well, you know what? They sure the hell don't look like they do today because I finally found my Monster Chick. I've been looking for a long time, so I found her. But they you look at my thumbnails on my videos, okay?
Yes.
Very consistently, those are how they looked 1,000 years ago.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Blog from the Bog says home is where the heart is.
Yeah, I've just put up that Christmas review that you did 2 years ago, and that made me laugh. Yeah, I've just put it back on my iPad. I'm just having, that's a good one. I really find a lot of your videos very, very interesting.
Well, thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
You put a lot of effort into your channel.
Yes, sir. I would agree with that. There's a lot of effort and a lot of love in that channel, without a doubt. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So Jeanette Pickering has asked, if you won the lottery, what would you buy?
YouTube, and make it Monster Tube.
Yeah. So that leads into another question then. What ways do you think YouTube could improve?
Oh my God. I don't know if we have enough time here, but
we've got plenty of time, Pet Monster, because
I can touch on a few points. I can say this, that the censorship is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That the monetization blocking is ridiculous. And that they act more like dicks to us than being for us. And it's ridiculous because without us, there is no YouTube.
Yeah.
So, they just keep whittling folks away. And I mean, there's been so many folks that I've lost friendships with because YouTube's been not very nice. And so I didn't lose the friendship per se, but I lost them. You know what I mean? Because they walk away from YouTube. They're like, I'm done. I'm just done. And, it's not all YouTube's fault. It's some of our fault, too. right? It's the
it
people
is.
inside YouTube being not very nice and being trolls and haters.
Yeah.
But a big portion, of some folks on the lower income end are needing this funds. And, maybe $500 or $1,000 a year is a big deal to them. And they've taken that away even. And I mean, when we're talking about multimillionaires that are making, oh, now I'm losing 10 grand a year, but I'm still making 1.2 mil. Well, hey, I'm sorry for you, man. Suck off. But for the folks again that are doing the dollar store hauls and and that $100 every quarter makes a difference to them. Dude, give them the goddamn money, man. I don't get it, right? And I mean, again, if I wasn't financially stable and I had a situation where I was working my little heart out here, like I do, but I was expecting to get paid for it, then I would be very disappointed and at some point discouraged and possibly walk away. I don't blame them. And now VidMe has obviously, who knows what's going on there, but they've shutting it down temporarily, they say.
Yeah.
So now that was the alternative, right? So again, what would I change on YouTube? I would just, to nutshell it, I would just simply say, if I had to put in one sentence, YouTube, please remember who are the providers of your content and act accordingly. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Who's providing your contact and act accordingly, and just respect us.
Yeah. Because it's the small YouTubers that really make YouTube.
Absolutely. The big ones, I got to tell you, man, I mean, there's only a couple big ones that I even know.
Yeah.
I get, it's so funny because I've even been compared to, oh, you sound like this big one or that big one. I have no clue who they are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you, but I don't know, right? Yeah, I'm really interested in channels that are, small. And when I say small, under 10,000 subscribers kind of size.
Yeah.
Where I interact with them the most. And certainly we have friends that are huge, that are 150,000, 200,000 subscribers. But, and I don't mean to offend them in any way. It's just that, really put a lot of effort into helping people grow. And I'm just really mindset with Create Not Hate is that, we just kind of like to support other channels and support other people. And Mega Mania shout outs. That's my hit that I have going now in the series. I'm doing shout outs, but I do these silly cover songs.
Yeah.
And then put wild video in between where we throw up different channels, right? Through who commented on the last one. And Illage Video has made a great comment. He says that's like the Rolodex of YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And that's very cool. I like that once a week or so ish, I do these videos and everybody can see at a glance in 5 minutes ish that who's on YouTube and who's in the community. And when you're hardcore in the group with us week after week after week, you start to notice new people. And then you actually say, and you see them in the comments. And, I've been scolded before. Why don't you put all the links? Okay, dude, that would be like an extra day of just sitting there and going through literally 60, 70 channels and putting in their link, right? So what I do is I put in the screenshot of their channel, and then I take a few, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and I put featured channels. So I put those links, so you actually have an easy link to go to. And then if you're consistent with watching every week on Mega Mania Shoutouts, and you put your comment, then not only do you get commented on, but I'm noticing that folks are actually going over to your channel through that comment and subscribing and talking to you and, hey, saw you on Pet Monster, right? Because they know that if you're on my channel, you're probably not a jerk. You're probably a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I won't tolerate it. And that's my view as well on with Create Not Hate and censoring my channel. I don't allow it. If I see negative or derogatory stuff, I remove it. But I'm probably the luckiest guy ever because we don't really get that much hate. People are pretty nice to us, I think, because we're pretty nice to them.
Yeah, well, this is it. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I haven't had on my channel at present. I haven't had a lot of trolls. I haven't had a lot of hate, but maybe that's because I don't fetch up anything that is going to create trolls coming into my channel.
That's a really good point. And again, if you just stay on the track of creating stuff and making cool content and don't pay attention to the BS around you,
yeah,
pretty much guaranteed to be good, right? I mean, once in a while you get a sporadic nut that comes, but so what, right? So you delete them, and you're going to get an asshole out on the highway as well. Some guy that tries to cut you off and honks the horn and flips you off. And you don't grab a 9mm out of the glove box, chase him down, and blow his head off, right? Not in real life, not in real, but every once in a while, a nut will. I'm afraid in our society today, some nuts, every once in a while, they will. And we with Create Not Hate in this community, I've found that sporadic nut gets in once in a while, just like in real life. But by building this community, we've just kind of given each other support and growth. And when new people come in, they almost filter themselves, because now at this point, I don't even have to say anything, scold them, go and talk to anything. It's just they just on their own say, hey, that's not Create Not Hate, dude. Don't say that shit. And then they stop. You know what? You're right. I've even seen people take videos down and write me and say, dude, I didn't mean for you to see that. Well, it's not for me to see. I'm not anybody's judge. I'm not anybody, I'm not better than anyone. But if you don't want me to see it, and you don't want your mom to see it, and you don't want your kids to see it, maybe you shouldn't post it.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said on that, then.
Thank you.
Jeanette says the trolls feed their obsession with hate. Yeah, all people do. The people who hate humanity, you will never change those, because they are part and parcel of life.
They get off on it. They enjoy it, right?
Yeah. As you said, you look at the motorists. Everybody's racing here, there, and everywhere. Nobody relaxes and takes time to do anything. That is why people suffer with stress nowadays. Because if we went back, just 60 years ago, before the First World War, people didn't suffer with stress like they do nowadays, because the pace of life nowadays, people haven't got time for other people.
Vlog from the Bog says, is Pet Monster available for a voiceover work, and if so, how much?
Is this Barry that said that?
Yeah.
For him, free o charge, baby. And normally I think free is a 4-letter F word, but for Barry, free is free o charge, man. You just tell me what you want me to say, Barry, and I'm all about it.
Yeah, because you've got a good voiceover voice.
Well, thank you so much. You know what? I hear that so much, man. I've been asked to, or you've been on radio, things like that. I love that kind of thing, and I'm very flattered, and thank you. I appreciate it.
So, what do you do for a living then, besides YouTube?
Well, we're on the space program for Canada, me and Monster Chick.
Yeah,
and we're trying. You laugh. Yes, Canada is trying to get into space, man. I know we're not doing a very good job. Okay, right now. But we're hard on funds. We have dreams, Monster Chicks. Listen, Monster Chicks.
We have dreams and we have hope.
We have dreams and hope, man. Someday we'll get that Maple Leaf to the moon. You watch.
Yeah.
And it'll be Pet Monster and Monster Chick. We'll be face revealed right there. Well, we'll have our helmets on, Monster Chick. We'll have to take them off for a bit. We'll hold our breath.
I love the mystery that you surround yourself with.
Or it surrounds us.
Yeah, so
it surrounds us. We don't surround ourselves with anything, man. It surrounds us all on its own.
Yeah. So what's your favorite color then?
Oh, I know Monster Chick's favorite color is black, right? Monster Chick, she's nodding her head. It's like she's headbanging. Monster Chick is anti-color. It's funny that you ask this, because when I go shopping for her, and I do as well, and for Christmas or gifts, right, or she's like, any color's fine as long as it's black. And anything with any color at all, and she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, and any color just sets her right off, right? But no, she loves the black. I don't know, it's classy, but she just loves the black. I would probably, I don't know, what's my favorite color, Monster Chick? Yellow, bright yellow.
Well, you like the bright yellow.
Bright yellow, I like bright yellow.
And tell them why.
Because it makes you happy. Right? I like yellow because it makes you happy. And if you say this, try this at home, guys. I'm not kidding you. say you got a boss or a dad or a school teacher or a wife or whoever, right? And they're really mad at you, okay? Wear the brightest yellow shirt you can, right? I hope you're listening well. Listen, wear the bright yellow shirt and smile a lot. And walk in and say, how you going to be mad at somebody wearing yellow? And I'm telling you, I guarantee they'll smile. Now, if you killed a family of 7 or something, that's not going to work, kids. So, make sure that it's appropriate. But I'm just saying, like, it's so true. And if you can go to your job and you can dress the way you want, you don't have to have a uniform, or your job doesn't decide what you wear, like a policeman or something. Don't wear yellow police clothes. That won't work either. But say you're not a policeman, okay? And you have any other job. Again, you wear the yellow shirt. I'm telling you, wear the yellow shirt. And then you bring it to people's attention. And you say, how are you going to be mad at somebody in the yellow shirt? And they look at the yellow, they smile. It's the color sunshine. How can you hate sunshine?
Foundation Ariel says, does his face match his voice?
I don't know. Monster Chick, does my face match my voice? Yes, she says. Yes. I have a witness.
Quadcopter says, what program does he like?
What program?
Yeah.
What program?
TV program?
Like a television show?
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Oh, classic.
I do like that. I see some family resemblance there. So I enjoy that. The Walking Dead. Let me see. There's some hotties on there, Monster Chick. Don't hit me. But the Walking Dead, they got some hot zombie ladies on there. Let's see. What else? What else do you like, Monster Chick? Monster Chick likes nothing. She likes nothing. You're a hater, Monster Chick? I never knew this about you. No, she's kidding. She's a PlayStation person. She just if they never had television again and news, she likes the news.
Jeanette Pickery says, do you buy her any underwear?
Do I buy Monster Chick underwear?
Yeah.
No, but that might be a good idea for Christmas. Then I can pick and choose, couldn't I? Ha! What a great idea. Monster Chick's jaw just dropped and she said that's scary.
Oh, Barry says, are you going to start the first Monster Boom base? And if so, can he come?
Yes.
There you go, Barry.
Just simply yes. I'll elaborate only to say hell yes.
Free ticket.
Free ticket. Front stage.
It says,
not at front stage. We'll bring Barry on stage.
Yeah. I can just see him laugh from the bath with Barry in the bath. On stage with a mic. Foundation Aero says, what did you do for fun 1,000 years ago?
It's not what I did for fun 1,000 years ago. It's what I do for fun now. And that's Monster Chick. So sorry. Monster Chick just went red. She's like, you're on the wrong show to make those jokes, man. I'm so filtered right now. Usually by this much time of Pet Monster talking, the F word is flown at least 37 times. So I'm giving you mad respect. I'm sorry for the cursing that I've given you, but I have to tell you, I'm super censored right now. So much that I'm almost stuttering. That's how much. So I'm really trying out of respect. No cursing.
Andrew Ondo says, ask if Pet Monster, does he like Bruce Campbell's Evil Dead trilogy series?
Oh my God, I love it. I think it's fantastic. My favorite, though, was the first one. When they went to the house in the first one. Yeah, that was very cool. But the boomstick and the whole thing, very badass. Yeah. Awesome flick.
Will you be going to the movies on the well, it comes out here on the 14th. I don't know when it is on the USA or Canada.
What movie?
Star Wars movie.
No, sir.
No.
I will not be going to the movies. I'm sorry.
Oh, so you're not a Star Wars fan then?
But, well, let me finish now. I didn't say that. I went to the very first Star Wars movie in the 70s at the drive-in.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's pretty hardcore. Like, not very many youngins can be singing that right now. And I have seen the first 3 movies in person, in the movie theater. Love the shit out of them. They're great. But when they did the Jar Jar thing, Once they did that, they kind of lost me. I'm going to be honest. It's just the truth. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend anyone. It's a fine visual. It's a very cool movie, but after Jar Jar, I was sad.
My Lisabel says 1,000 years ago, Pet Monster ruled the humans with fear. Then he met Chick, and well, we all know the rest.
That is so true. That's exactly. And you know what? The truth is that behind that is that at one point, my name wasn't always Pet Monster. I'm changed. My name. I was hate leader. I'm not kidding either. I was the most hateful creature, maybe to enter the planet Earth. The band Guar actually bowed before me, man. I mean, I'm telling you, I was wicked, okay? And then my beloved monster chick came in my life. And like I've told this story before, if you've ever seen The Grinch That Stole Christmas, and the end of the movie, his heart just grows like 3 sizes bigger. That's what happened with me when I met my monster chick. She literally changed who I am. Not just changed my life, changed who I am. And it was a sincere change. And she didn't mean to do it. It happened inside me, right? And that's the truth. That's what happened.
Doximus says, can you speak anything about Matt Groening, is it? Can you speak anything about Matt Groening?
I think we're talking about the creator of The Simpsons as well as some other fine flicks. Is that who we're talking about?
I have no idea. I've never heard of the guy.
Yeah,
I think he's talking about The Simpsons, the creator of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And no, I can't say much. Other than I think the creator of The Simpsons. And then also Futurama. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know who's created those, so I don't watch them.
I don't either. And I honestly, I don't even know how I know that or why someone would ask me that, but I did, I think.
Oh,
yes, did I get it right?
Yes, Doximus says yes.
Very good. Doximus. Oh, that was Doximus.
That was Doximus.
Yeah.
What up, Dox?
Yeah.
Doximus has the sexiest channel, guys. You've got to go check it out. And he has an alternative channel. I just discovered. I thought it was 2 people, okay? But he has another channel called My Paradox. It's Paradox. I love these 2 channels. And Doximus is the dude of the day. I'm telling you, you guys got to check him out. He has some wild, cool stuff over there.
I'll go and subscribe to him now.
Yeah, I've already done that.
Oh, Barry says, how did you meet Monster Chick?
How did I meet Monster Chick?
Yeah.
Monster Chick, I'll let you say. He says no and wipes her hand. She's okay. It's a long story. It's a long story and very bizarre. And it has to do. We'll just paraphrase. A friend introduced us.
Oh.
That's fair enough. That's the truth. And ... Monster Chick adds. We are married. I'll surpass that question.
2 years.
We are married. Yeah, it's going to be 2 years.
2 years in December 28th.
It'll be 3 years.
Oh, that it was.
And Monster Chick goes, oh,
God.
it'll be 3 years, Monster Chick. Well, I guess we'll have a conversation after the interview.
Don't fall out. Whatever you do, don't fall out.
We won't fall out.
But it says, does Monster Chick have a sister, and is she single, and does she have any sexy voice like Monster Chick?
I couldn't understand that.
Barry says, does Monster Chick have a sister? And if so, has she got a sexy voice like Monster Chick?
Well, I can answer that in two sections. The first section is yes. Monster Chick has many sisters. And the second answer to that is no. No one on the planet has this voice as sexy as Monster Chick. She's the one and only. And so I'm sorry. She's taken.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah. She has a lot of sisters though, but they're monsters.
And
I'm sorry. I'm getting in trouble.
And are any of them on YouTube?
No.
That's so. What a shame. I could have interviewed a few more monsters. So
well, with that in mind though, that's not true because actually Monster Chick has a lot of sisters. Well,
Yeah.
we got Granny Monster and we got Angie Monster. And we have a bunch. She has a bunch of sisters. Now I'm thinking about it. We have Beirut 00. There's a ton. Betty Monster, Betty Spaghetti Monster. There's a bunch of monsters. Yes. So shame on me. There's Mosh Monster. There's Green Eyed Monster. There's a lot of monster ladies out there, boys.
Yeah. Oh, so while we've got Monster Chick on, would she be willing to do a live interview with me sometime?
She says,
if I can overcome my shyness.
she says if she can overcome her shyness.
Well, you don't have to show yourself, Monster Chick. You're all right. You can do it like we're doing now. You know, I mean, I've never done an interview like this where I've never seen who I'm talking to, but you know, I can manage. And any interviews, I just enjoy talking to people and finding out about them.
Cool. Yeah, I'm up
So,
for it.
but besides YouTube, then, Pet Monster, what other hobbies have you got besides Monster Chick and looking after her?
You just got 10 points for that. Okay, well, I got to tell you, I play guitar.
Yeah.
And we'll just paraphrase. I'm a musician. I like to play music, and I like to the drums. Yeah.
You're a drummer.
And I also like to do car stuff. I do car stuff. I like that stuff. And I like to shop. Yes, I like to buy stuff. I don't know if that's an actual hobby, but I do like to buy stuff. And then I like to edit. I know that's YouTube, but I do like to edit a lot.
Yeah.
And we do game. We play PlayStation 4, and we do stuff like that sometimes. And what else do we do, Monster Chick? We work. We work at the space station a lot, and that takes up a hell of a lot of time.
Yeah, yeah. So, with you only been married 3 years, then nearly, have you got any family at all?
No.
No.
We're what do we call that, Monster Chick? We're not extinct or we'd be dead, but we're endangered species.
Yes, we are.
But seriously, we are endangered species. I don't believe our bloodline will. Well, our bloodline has moved on. We do have kids and things, but we don't have anything. Yeah. It's just us. It's just us monsters.
Yeah. So, in the future, then, are you going to travel to the UK?
Oh, I would love to.
Because you're always welcome. You know, there's an open house here. You're always welcome.
Thank you very much. That's very generous.
Yeah, it's not a city where I live. It's a fishing port. So, you know, it's halfway up the UK on the east coast.
Well, that's very cool.
Yeah, you're always welcome anytime.
Very nice. Thank you.
So, but you talk about music. What type of music are you into?
Well, my channel would reflect quite a bit of my taste. Yeah. I don't usually do things that I don't, prefer. Occasionally I do. Like occasionally if somebody says something or requests something or something. But the heavier the better usually. Like Marilyn Manson and Slipknot and like that.
Yeah.
I've been to every Ozfest except for 2. But then also I was at the first Farm Aid. Yeah. So, and Monster Chick and I were very, very blessed and lucky to have seen Tom Petty a couple weeks before he passed away.
Yeah.
One of his very last concerts, right? So, we're very, we've been to Lady Gaga and we've been, we're very diverse. In other words, we're not only speed metal, death metal, and we don't, like that. But, but I do love it. I do, I do love that stuff. But also, like I say, pretty diverse. I just, over the board.
And what era of music?
Oh, that's a fine question. The classics are always relevant to me, like Led Zeppelin and the Doors and the Beatles and the Who and folks like that. And then, but I like today as well, right? So probably from the 50s, 60s all the way till today.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So could I get you to play something and sing then on this interview?
Well, I don't have that capability right now, my friend. I don't have any instruments. I'm at a remote location on an iPad. I'm not at my normal place with my computer. I'm afraid. It's only like it's early in the day. It's like lunchtime here.
Yeah.
Even though for you it's like bedtime, right? But for us,
yeah,
it's lunchtime.
Over here now, it's nearly 25 past 10. So you must be on the West Coast then.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's why I didn't know what time whether you was available, because I didn't know the time difference, and I asked about whereabouts you lived, and no one knew.
Sometimes we're on the east, sometimes we're on the west. That's usually though we are often on east, so we use EST or Eastern Standard Time a lot with our videos, our live streams and stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes we're all the way in Pacific, so it depends for us. But like when we do videos or live streams or stuff like that. And oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but as I was waiting for you to bring me into this live stream, I copied your video promotion for this and put it on my channel.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
So I just thought, hey, you know what? Maybe how are my folks going to know that are my pals to come over and hang out and meet you and your pals if I don't tell them to? So I thought, you know what? I'll just, So I hope you don't mind. I actually stole your video, but it was to promote folks coming over.
Yeah, my videos are in the public domain, and that's the way I like it, because I've had videos taken by the Grimsby Evening Telegraph, especially in my SEAL ones, because I'm very diverse. I like my favourite ones are my interviews, because I just love meeting people from all over the world, talking to them, getting to know them personally, see the channels grow, because that's what YouTube's all about. It's the community, watching other people's videos. I like constructive criticism so I can always improve. But one of the things I would love to do is, I don't know whether you ever saw that day in the life of Ridley that he produced from YouTube creators about 3 or 4 years ago. I would love to do something like that. Get our community to film a day in their life, and then
wow, that would be sweet.
And then put it out to all and say, you edit it, so you get all the footage, I get all the footage, and then we see the different editing styles of everybody in the community.
Oh, that'd be very cool, man. If you ever did that and you would like, I would certainly be in.
Yeah, I've been trying to get it off the ground, Pet Monster, but the problem is because the community is so wide, it's getting people, because a lot of the community don't actually go out and film. A lot of the community just do live streaming.
Well, that's very true. A lot of the community does just live stream.
Yeah, it's a case of, those who have got cameras and who want to partake of it. Yeah, because I think if we could get 20 to 25 of us involved in that project, I think it would be a very worthwhile project to do.
I've got a couple of questions on here. Melody J says, does Pet Monster wear a mask out in public?
Do I wear a mask out in public? Well, Monster Chick, should we share that? Go ahead. We'll go right ahead. Okay, you know what? Absolutely. Absolutely, I wear a mask out in public everywhere I go.
Right, and where's the other one gone?
No, of course I don't wear a mask in public. I was kidding.
My Weldon OKC says, Pet Monster sounds like a radio personality. What's the daytime job?
I don't know. Are you offering me a gig?
Not really, no.
Where do I start?
And where's the other one? Telestar 63 says, Pet, how tall are you?
Oh my God. What's the fascination with the height thing? I'm many feet tall. I'm very many feet. I'm very large, man. I'm not kidding.
Tall.
I'm tall.
You're not like wide. You're
I'm not wide. Well, I'm a little wide.
Oh, yeah,
A little, but
that's not wide.
that's okay.
It's called broad.
Yeah, it's broad. Monster Chick says I'm not wide. I'm broad.
Yeah, well,
I
that's
always heard about broads, but I didn't know I was a broad. I'm a broad. These guys are abroad, aren't they? They're across the ocean.
Yes,
They're
they
broad.
are broad.
Now that's the word of the day, kids. Broad.
Apple.
Abroad. I don't even. It doesn't even sound like a real word if you say it enough. Abroad. Abroad. Like, what does that mean, man? Abroad. I don't know. Sorry, I'm babbling. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking around.
that's all right then. So, are you and Monster Chick avid readers?
I love them.
Yes, Monster Chick has her own library, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's an avid reader without a doubt. I am an avid creator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Monster Chick, do you edit videos for her?
Yes, I do. I
Yeah.
can when I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a journey learning, and sometimes it's easier just to say, "Hey, Pat, you have time," and he does it for me because it is a little bit complex, and I am I guess techno challenged somewhat. Yeah.
So, did either of you have any experience of video editing and audio editing before you started the YouTube channel?
Me, no.
And me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was saying before, yeah, since I was a little kid, man, I don't know why, but it was just in me. I just kept wanting to take, or I would see a movie. I remember being 5, 6 years old and seeing a movie and thinking, man, I wish they would have done this, or I would have done this and that this way, right? So when I don't know, maybe I was in kindergarten, first grade, something like that. And I remember a teacher asking, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, rich. And the whole class laughed, right? She goes, no,
Yeah.
seriously, what do you want to be? And I said, a director. And she told me that's never going to happen. And I'm thinking, you know what? Who are you? And so if nothing else, I do this for my teacher to show her I can be a director and an actor and a producer and any goddamn thing I feel like. And I think that anybody in the sound of my voice can be anything, including the president, the prime minister, the priest, the policeman, the whatever you want to be, whatever you want to do. And again, maybe sometimes that inspires me as well, right? Other people, not just this one individual, but other people telling you can't do something and just kind of doing it and showing them that you can. So with the little bit of video editing experience that I did have, I just grew it on YouTube a little bit more.
So what format did you first use? VHS or Betamax?
Oh, Betamax, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think VHS was out yet. I mean,
Yeah.
actually, first was reel to reel.
Yeah.
With the tape, and you get the scissors and you cut it and you splice it together. And I remember when I was a kid, I would splice them over. I would take them and just stagger them a bit, so every few frames would stagger, and then you would get this weird effect where it would look like a ghost of the dude was over himself, right? And I just thought, oh, that's so cool. And again, I was a kid and thinking, oh, that's so cool. And now that you have computers, that all that stuff is just so easy, and you just mash anything you want together, and it's a lot of fun.
Hey, Keith, sorry, mate, I'm going to have to get going because I've got to get up for work in the morning.
Okay then, Chris. Thanks a lot for joining me on this and doing the questions for me in the chat window. So
No problem.
Yeah,
You're the man, dude. Thank you so much. You know what? Before you go, Pixie, I want to thank you for helping out on Black Friday and throwing up the link and just being awesome.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Anytime you want to do it, just give us a shout.
Yeah.
And I'll see you later, guys.
Okay then. Thanks a lot, Chris. Look after yourself.
No problem. You too, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks. So then, what other questions can I ask? Oh yes, What's your favourite song over the decades then?
Oh, I don't know that I can answer that with just one. There's
Well, instead of song then, what is your favourite album of all time?
if okay, I'm gonna say song is the song Twilight Zone by Golden Earring.
Yeah.
And it's a when the bullet hits the bone is usually the lyrics that most people recognize that song by. And I love that. It's fantastic. It's a very long song. Inagata Vida comes to mind, which is by a band named Iron Butterfly back in the 60s. And it's just outstanding. The entire album, side A, the whole record is this one song. Iron Butterfly, check it out. It's wild. Inagata Vida. And then if I would have to go with all-time favorite album, I would say Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would have to take my hat off and say nobody on the planet makes music like the English. Nobody. Yeah. So mad respect. Some of the finest artists on the planet throughout time have come from your awesome, amazing country, sir. And definitely, without a doubt, I always look to there for music inspiration, you know? Everything from Ozzy to Pink Floyd, the Beatles. I mean, wow, man. The biggest of the big always come from there, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, mad respect.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Pet Monster, then. So what plans now have you got for the future of your channel?
Boy, that's an excellent question. I don't know. I think we let it roll. I think we'll have Create Not Hate pop back up, of course. We'll have Time Pendant. It'll be popping its head back up here. But again, those are very time-consuming kind of undertakings. This is a holiday season and that kind of thing, right? So I'm busy as as can be. Yeah, but Mega Mania shout-outs will be weekly, right? Plan to do that, and again, that's to support the community and have fun, and hopefully people watch it, and at least for 30 seconds or a minute of it, and just get a smile.
Yeah.
And I love just everybody checking in every week with me and saying, "Hey, we're alive, we're cool." It's that in itself for me is my reward. In talking, I mentioned Jidlid before. Jidlid said something to me once that was very cool. He said to me, "The comments are my payment, Pet Monster."
Yeah.
That's how I get paid. That's how I monetize. And I just thought that's such a beautiful thing to look at that. And he didn't tell me how many views. He didn't tell me how many thumbs up. He said how many comments. And
Yeah.
I just thought that's a really cool angle, a way to look at things on. He was very sincere in the way of his payment is the communication with his community.
Yeah.
That and it's saying hi to him is why he does all the work. And so I really did
that's
it.
what it's about. It's not about thumbs up. It's about comments and replying to those comments and making friends with those people.
Right.
Tammy of my world in OKC says, if you were a Disney character, which one would you be?
Cruella de Vil.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. Of course I wouldn't. But,
no, that's the monster side coming. That's the bad side coming out again.
Right? I think that probably Monster Chick would probably be like, what's the little fairy on Tinkerbell? I think Monster Chick would be like Tinkerbell or something. And I would be like, I don't want to say Cruella de Vil. That's bad. The name shot in my head and I thought it would be funny. But,
So
maybe the Beast in Beauty and the Beast. I kind of resemble him.
Oh yeah, I
what I look like. I kind of look like that. Yeah.
Don't matter about looks. Looks are only skin deep. It's what the heart is. That's what I always say. If you've got a good heart like you have, and what you've done for this community, it has been brilliant. So I praise you.
Hard. I appreciate that.
Everything that you've done on that side, and I appreciate you giving up your time to come over and have a little chat with me on this interview.
And I appreciate you having me, man. I really do. I think that I should probably draw it to a close too. It's getting late for you, and we have some other commitments that we have to attend to today. But wow, I've had such a great time with you, and I wanted to thank the folks in the chat too for coming out and hanging out with us today. It's very cool, and of course Pixie as well. Just thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Okay then. So I'm going to wind it up then, Pet Monster. So thanks a lot, and to Monster Chick for being part of the interview. All those who took part in the chat window. Really, without you, I wouldn't have a channel. So I appreciate every one of you. So look forward to next week's. I don't know who I've got on next week. I think it's Quadcopter Video Studio about drones. And I've got a few other guest stars. I do try to get a mixed race of, mixed bag of people, even youngsters. I talk to 14, 13-year-olds. If they've got a YouTube channel, gaming ones, anything. So if there's any of your community who would like to be interviewed on my channel, Pet Monster, I would appreciate you letting me know.
Well, thank you so very much for that opportunity. We'll pass on the word.
Yeah, and have a good day, and look forward to your next live stream or your next video.
Groovy. Thanks, brother.
Thanks a lot. Bye, everybody.